Man, I sure am glad we just talked about that album. Nothing new could possibly be happening with Jin right now.
New tour announcement.
Wait, what?
I said there's a new tour announcement.
He has a what?
New tour.
He just announced what? I have literally just posted a video about his set list. Oh my God. Well, let's freaking talk about it. Last night, if you guys go back and do watch my video talking about his album and his track listing and all that stuff, at the very ending of that, I was talking about if there is a show. I thought there would be maybe one show or something like that, since he talked about that on episode 30 of Run Jin. I said if you do want to get tickets to that, most likely you're going to have to pre-order his album. That's still my thoughts on this. You're probably going to get some type of an early access thing or something along those lines. Not positive, but pre-ordering the album is not going to freaking hurt you. So definitely go do that if you're not yet. Sign up for Weverse. Hopefully you can get all the early access stuff, because this show is going to sell out wherever it goes. There's a lot of stuff to talk about with this tour though, and I would like to talk with you guys about it right freaking now. So let's check out this tour poster and talk about the dates, talk about where they're playing at, and talk about why I think that he's playing the areas that he's playing. June 28th, he's going to be in Goyang, and that is going to be at the Auxiliary Stadium. Then he's going to be in Chiba, the International Exhibition Hall, in Osaka in Japan, and that one's going to be at the Kyocera Dome, Anaheim at the Honda Center, Dallas at the American Airlines Center, and Tampa at the Amlai Center. Amlai? Is that Amlai? I have no idea how to pronounce that. I probably mispronounced all of these, but I think that's Amlai Center in Tampa. In Newark at the Prudential Center, then London at the O2, and I'm not sure yet on this one if it's going to be the arena or not, and then he's going to be at Amsterdam at the Ziggo Dome. First thing that I'm really curious about is London, the O2. There's the O2 Arena. There's a lot of different venues actually in the O2, and I'm not 100% positive which one we're really going to be getting here. So first thing I'm going to be doing to try to find that out, let's look and see, just for reference, what is the capacity for the American Airlines Center. That's where I'm going to try to go in Dallas. But if I get a ticket to any of these concerts, I will find a way to get there. Okay, so the capacity of that is about 20,000. It's a pretty solid size arena, hockey arena, basketball place, 20,000. If you compare that to like the Allstate Arena in Chicago, where J-Hope just got done playing, it's about 18.5. So it's a similar size stadium for sure. And then, so that makes sense. The O2 Arena is a 20,000 capacity arena, which does make sense as well too. So this is going to be a freaking huge show. That venue is beautiful, and I think that's going to be an awesome freaking concert. He's going to be going to a lot of different places. I know that with earlier this year with Hope on the Stage, everybody was talking about why J-Hope didn't necessarily go to the UK or the EU or any of that stuff. Honestly, there's definitely reasons for things like that happening, and this tour was most likely booked within the first little bit of J-Hope actually getting out of the military, or maybe even before that, long before that. It could have at least had dates held. That's how these type of things work. Getting into like later in 2026 with BTS and their full band return, those shows are probably already soft set, penciled in on schedules places and being held right now for this. So they've already got those things figured out. So whatever reason J-Hope might not have gone to the EU, there's some reason for that. I love the fact that Jin is going to places that J-Hope didn't necessarily get to go to, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that. But I also think that if you look back at his press release where he was saying he really wants to connect with the fans more often, I bet you anything this was a thing where he's like, where have we not been to recently? So honestly, a lot of these places that Jin are going to, I even look back at August D's tour, there's definitely a lot of places that they both didn't go to, like Tampa, Dallas, London, and Amsterdam. Most of these, I think the only areas that Jin's going to right now that either Suga or J-Hope have gone to since like 2019 is going to be Osaka and then also Newark. So I think that's pretty awesome that Jin is actually going to different places. One other thing that's kind of standing out to me, there's not a Seoul date on here, so I'm wondering if that Seoul concert is still to be announced, and I think that might be one of those things that they're going to be doing for his actual last Run Jin episode. That might be kind of like a kickoff show or something along those lines that they're going to promote this tour with more, like kind of the way that J-Hope did his first concert in Seoul and they actually filmed it for a few nights. That might be something that Jin does. Not 100% sure. He does not do things very traditional, and I think that's a really cool thing about him. And then also something I would like to kind of speculate on with you guys. What do y'all think this concert is actually going to be? Because I'm not 100% sold on the fact that this is going to be a traditional just concert. So if Jin's Festa in 2024 actually told us anything about how he does his shows, it's extremely unconventional. Like, he did so many different things. He did a Jin Eats segment, he sang, he danced, he did did a couple different dance challenges and stuff like that. He did do a few songs as well too, but it was really kind of like more or less a hangout experience where like you got to interact with Jin and just see him being kind of like himself, you know what I mean? This is a Run Jin episode tour, which does not necessarily mean it's just going to be a concert, and it would highly blow my mind if we only got a concert here. I think there might be a lot of funny stuff going on. They might have different things planned for each place. No idea, but I'm not expecting the traditional concert with this. If it does happen, I'll be totally happy, but I think that we're honestly going to be getting some really crazy and funny stuff as well too with this. So I'm thoroughly stoked to see what they're going to be doing. I also love the fact that he's going to a lot of places that haven't been gone to yet. Either way, I am genuinely stoked about this. I literally had no time to really think between posting the last video that we did of his set list and the album and all that news to this. And I love the fact that he didn't even include this on his freaking promotion schedule. Like, where is it on there? I have no idea, which leads me to believe there might be some type of concert hidden within some of that promotion schedule. There might be a concert in there in that. I'm not really positive, but it would not surprise me if there's some of that stuff. I know this video has been a lot of speculation, and I really just like to report news type stuff on here. We do have news with the actual tour, but most of this, I just want to have a conversation with you guys about these things. And I think there's a lot of really interesting and exciting things happening with Jin at the moment. So get the conversation going. Comment it down below. Tell me what your thoughts are. If you have any speculations or ideas or any of that stuff. None of this, unless it's actually proven like the tour date, is 100% accurate. It's all just my thoughts on things. And I would love to have y'all's thoughts as well too. So thank you guys for checking this video out. I hope you're having a blessed day or night, whatever time it is you're watching this. Spread some positivity out there. Be kind to each other, and if y'all need anything at all of my socials are at JohnReavesLive. Send me a message and I will catch y'all then. Freaking toodles. Boom.